Hello everyone, welcome back. Happy you're here again. It's been a while, hasn't it? I want to thank you all for your attention and for your friendly feedback you've honored my previous videos with. I do appreciate it highly, and I hope this new one won't be of less interest to you. So let it go. I wouldn't identify myself as an anime addicted. However, there was a time I used to no doubt be into some. Through the eyes of an infant, my curiosity was mainly focused on the aesthetics. The tastefulness everyone in the storyline was incarnated with was worthy of ecstatic ovation. So many times I'd fallen in love with both protagonists and antagonists, although the distinction between them are often blurred. The good and the bad mingle like two rivers until it's one, and where the thread gets lost, as the two sides have their own motives, way above a fair evaluation. And this ambiguity spices the drama even more, thereby getting under my skin and there enslaving my heart entirely. The catalog of my favorites isn't that long. One of the earliest animes I got enthused by was Toraikan. That Western genre is pretty much charming indeed, and the sandy sea, amid the dunes of which the plot is unrolling, appealed to me right away. The view of a departing silhouette in the distance always gets me sentimental, like being no longer able to see a star, swallowed up by the darkness of the universe. It fills me with awe at the mere thought of its infinity and a human's mind inability to embrace it all. The otherness of nature, unlikeliness of consistency and structure, the otherness of nature, unlikeliness of the otherness of nature, unlikeliness of consistency and structure. Is there any way for a human being to get in touch with the sublime matter without reshaping their mind? I believe it's time to make it back until I've gone too far theorizing. Allow me to suggest you check out this piece of work someday. It might be worth your while. Far from spoiling, but just a little bit pulling back the curtain on one of the last episodes to expose the concept of the storyline. The scene in which two brothers, Vash and Knives, witness an allegorical battle for life between a spider and a butterfly reveals the dissimilarity of their personalities. Vash reacts immediately and hastens to interfere, but he still into minds what's to be done. Unlike him, Knives doesn't hesitate at all to make a decision, resulting in doing away with the spider in favor of the butterfly. To Vash's indignation, Knives' reply is, let me quote, "You can't save both, don't you know that? If you just keep saving the butterflies only, the spiders will die of starvation." Wanting to save them both is just a naive contradiction. And what would you have rather had us do? Just stand and think about it? In the meantime, while we do that, the spider eats the butterfly. Discontented with the answer, Vash pounces on his brother and sticks to his guns with the words, quote, "Don't you understand? I want to save them both." Censor. Quite an odd choice, isn't it? Who's a dreamer and who's realist is still vague. This story, as I've mentioned above, has neither of these classic sides of right or wrong. One acts from their beliefs, and the many vary them as the story goes along, yet Vash remains steadfast in his. Taking Knives as a cliché villain, which of the two would you represent him as, the butterfly or the spider? So why would he take it out, leaving a chance for the butterfly? Isn't it unfair to be censured for who you are? Is it necessarily blameworthy to act from instincts laid down by nature itself? And why should the one endangered stay? May not be that the weak might weaken the strong, subsequently faded more, as they are the majority now, posing a hazard to the newly formed minority. It feels like an endless circle, doesn't it? Want to take a tour of diverse cultures to find out if there are any allegorical similarities of these two life forms with those featured in the story. Will you keep me company? I'm gonna start off with Asia. I wonder what the world would be like if all living things around were endowed with qualities at humans' discretion. Would you let her in? I believe ladybugs own this superpower. It's time to explore some European cultures. That's so ancient Greek, peerless and enchanting. So watch your step, guys. Breaking stereotypes. Let's sneak across the pond for a while. Alright, our thrilling journey is coming to an end in America. That was quite long. So why is it that in our time there's mainly poor attitude to spiders? Maybe because far back in the medieval times they were carriers of plague, thence abhorred by the humankind. No wonder that black and white magic caught the wave of rejection, using the image of the animal for creating paraphernalia. Or maybe this unfair segregation based on the appearances of both the spider and the butterfly did its part. But have you ever heard of arachnophobia and lepidopterophobia? With all said above, saving which of the two would save the world?